Something shifted while you slept. Not in a way that announces itself. In the way that real things shift, quietly, beneath the surface, in the hours when the mind was given the right questions and trusted to work with them through the night. Something in how you show up for the moments that matter today is different from yesterday. The self-image beneath the effort has moved. Just enough. Just enough for today to carry a quality it did not have before. That quality will make itself known. Let it. This morning, you are not the same person who set that video playing last night. Something in the belief beneath the capability, the one that decides at a level below conscious thought whether you are actually built for the life you are working toward, has quietly shifted. The ceiling that was set by someone else's estimate of what was possible for you is softer this morning than it was last night. And soft ceilings do not hold. There was once someone who prepared more than anyone else in every room they entered. And yet, in the moments that mattered most, they would feel it. A tightening. A voice arriving uninvited at exactly the wrong moment, asking the one question all their preparation could not answer. But are you actually built for this? Not loud, just persistent. And just enough to cost them 10% of everything they did. One afternoon, a mentor said, "You prepare everything except your belief that you belong in the outcome." They sat with that for a long time, and then they turned a portion of their effort toward something they had never directly worked on. The identity beneath the performance, the self-image beneath the strategy, the quiet internal knowing, not arrogant, not performed, that said simply, "Yes, this is mine. I was built for exactly this." The voice grew quieter. The performance began to reflect, for the first time, the full measure of what they were actually capable of. That person is not a stranger to you this morning. That is the version of you last night was building. The one who is bringing the full measure of their capability to the day, not because the conditions are perfect, not because the outcome is guaranteed, but because that is simply who they are becoming. Take a moment before the day begins to let that land. Shoulders back, chin level, the posture of someone who belongs in the outcome they are moving toward. Today you show up as someone built for this. Say that now, quietly as a fact. I was built for this. Let that settle in the body, not as a performance, as a recognition of something that was always true and is becoming easier to carry. Your reticular activating system is primed and active. The work of last night has calibrated your awareness toward the evidence of your own capability. Here is what it is looking for today. Notice the moment you move forward when the old version would have hesitated. The ask you make, the conversation you start, the opportunity you say yes to before the old voice has a chance to calculate the risk. That forward movement, however small, is the new identity expressing itself in real time. Notice the moment an obstacle arrives and your first response carries curiosity rather than resistance. What is this telling me? What does moving through this require? That response is not the response of someone who is stopped by obstacles. It is the response of someone who is built from them. Notice the moment you bring full effort to something when partial effort would have been accepted. the extra attention, the higher standard applied quietly, without announcement, because it is simply who you are becoming. That is the new identity raising the floor of everything you produce. Notice the moment the familiar voice arrives, the one that asks whether you are built for this, and you let it pass without negotiating with it. You note it. You keep moving. That choice, made in an ordinary moment of an ordinary day, is worth more than any single result the day produces. Notice the moment someone responds to you differently than they used to. A new quality of attention, a different level of respect, a conversation that goes somewhere it would not have gone 6 months ago. That is the world reflecting back the shift that has been happening below the surface. And at the end of today, recall one moment where you performed at the full measure of what you are capable of. One moment where the self-image matched the capability and the result reflected both. That is your evidence. That is the identity taking hold. That is the person you were built to be arriving, one ordinary day at a time. Today, I bring the full measure of who I am to everything this day offers. I move forward when the old version would have stopped. I meet obstacles with curiosity. I perform at the level of who I am becoming. And I let today be the evidence that I was built for exactly this. Shoulders back, chin up. The day has something good in store. Go meet it. Shift happens at subconsuccess.com. Shift to your next level now.